lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young, got the cake up, now he's...
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll, and we are underway from Atlanta. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, that's sweet. And he's got daylight. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete game. We just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. As Minnesota comes back out here, Charles, I'm just kind of looking down at the NFC North and the standings. Gosh, this is still anybody's division. I mean, the Vikings at 4-3-1, they have as good a chance as anybody to win this thing.
They certainly do, and we've seen how Chicago in 3 weeks went from first to last and back to first. So movement is a big part of the NFC North right now. For Minnesota, one more home game versus Detroit coming up this week. Then they hit their open week. Then they go to Chicago, home for Green Bay. 3 straight division games that could go a long way towards shaping that race.
Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 36 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now, ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Gun!
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Kentrell Brothers with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. Returnable now for Allen. Allen, nifty footwork. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to...
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Tuesday.
Here's Ryan. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the 2nd one.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
12, 21. Space.
Ryan will throw again. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Linval Joseph with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Bryant's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Cousins now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete here. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Lucky 48.
Play fake, Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And here now come the Falcons. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Here's Ryan. Wide open receiver, complete. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And that's incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. Being chased out left. And Robinson with a big catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace, Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Cousins now on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. He may try and run for this. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We're good.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drive.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to take a shot. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. As the first half is winding down, and the Falcons get a bit closer. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will cut the lead down to 15. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Yellow. Gun. Put your heart on.
Cousins on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 25. 2nd and 10.
Two. Gun. Go ahead. Zebra. Where's your heart on?
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Left side caught by Diggs. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Two. Black. 300. Where's your heart?
Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So out come the Falcons now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
But with that incompletion, I want to take a look ahead to Sunday night, Charles. Packers-Patriots, only going to be the second all-time meeting between Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, they met in Lambeau in 2014. Aaron Rodgers' Packers team won the game, I believe, was it 26-21. And head-to-head, Tom Brady had a nice night, 245 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Aaron Rodgers, 368 and 2 touchdowns. I can't wait to see them go back and forth in this one. I hope it turns into that type of a shootout game where, you know, one team scores, here comes the other, and both of them have big, big games.
Do you think it's eating at Brady? I know he's had a lot of success, and he's never beaten Aaron Rodgers.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he fields it cleanly. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second down, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. A first down throw for Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A second down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. Still going. They can't stop him. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Hey. Rhino!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing, Cousins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Done. Two.
Now Cousins. On the move to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd and short.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They'll run for it. This is Murray. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw is Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Gun.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy. Deep.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And it's up and good. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man, complete. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Now the Minnesota. Offense set to take over. Again. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
First down, here's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And still fighting. 23 yards on the play.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, apologies. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Brooks Reed with a tackle.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Cousins to throw it. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Cousins here to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Ryan on 1st down. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. A big offensive explosion.